also bring in Nicholas Snowdon. He's a commodities research analyst at Barclays Capital, joining us from London, giving us his outlook on copper and other base metals today. Mr. Snowdon, thank you for joining us. What can you add to the copper story? How much of a weak dollar is also bullish for the metal?
We don't think that the dollar has actually played much of a role in the strength in copper prices so far this year. I think it's a fully driven fundamental story. And I think you only have to look at the data that's come out of China over the past week or so to see that. We've seen very strong production data and also very strong import data, and we haven't seen an equivalent rise in inventories. So I think what we've seen is that Chinese demand for copper is actually perhaps stronger than people are expecting at this time of the year. And then elsewhere, looking on the supply side, as Michael was saying, it's a very bullish story. We see continued labor contract issues in Chile and other countries around the world, but also technical issues. So right now, the fundamental story for copper is extremely bullish, and we think that's just going to continue to run.
Nick, at what point in time does higher prices ration demand? Is there really an alternative to copper? Or, I mean, what can you do to put in wiring in buildings? Can you move to aluminum or another metal?
Well, I think you're right to raise that issue, but I think copper is very well established in its role in wiring. Obviously, there are sometimes potential for substitution to aluminium, but I think currently it's well established in its demand-side role. And I think that's a really bullish factor going forwards on the demand side.
All right, Nick Snowdon of Barclays Capital talking copper. Many thanks for your time, Michael. Whitney, you too.